welcome to the Lynn Lowdown, where we talk about upcoming events happening in the city. Today, we're here joined by United Lynn Pride to talk about Pride Week events happening from June 20th to the 24th. I am joined by Cristian and T from United Lynn Pride. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
I'm really good too.
So, United Lynn Pride is a fairly new group of people coming together to put on these sort of activities during Pride Month, and hopefully other than Pride Month as well. So who exactly is the group?
Yeah, so United Lynn Pride it's sort of the first time during Lynn Pride that it's a more formalized series event, because Pride has been happening in the city of Lynn, historically for a number of years, but this is the first time that, groups are getting together and sort of organizing the events to happen in coordination. Before last year I believe the library did something, and we did something with the museum, and then the flag raising, but those were all independently done out of each other's radar. This year, it's a group of different individuals from around the city coordinating and setting the week and letting everybody know at the same time that, these are the things happening for Pride Month. And so I'm co-chairing, and then my other co-chair is Ana Masacote, a dancer. She owns her own dance studio, and she resides in the city. Coco has been a member who is advising us, a bunch of representatives from different groups, the members from the Lynn Museum, members from Lynn Community Health Center, members from City Hall, the Damascus YMCA, Gala, a number of different groups around the city.
Nagli's a big supporter.
Nagli, T is, a longtime Lynn resident for a while, and, also a member of North Shore Pride's board.
Yes, yeah.
So for the people that don't know, are you guys able to just kind of let everybody know what Pride Month is, what it's all about, why we celebrate it, why it's important?
Well, I think Pride Month is important, more so now, just to kind of get everybody together and understand what is important of Pride. A lot of people think of Pride just being gay or just being queer, but there's a lot of background to Pride. There's a lot of love that comes out of it, a lot of passion comes out of it, a lot of personalities come out of this. It's just people just kind of being who they really want to be. And I think Pride is a way that they get to describe themselves and be what they want to be. So that's why I think Pride's an important thing to have. And another thing is just getting everybody together and realizing that we are all together on a number of occasions. It's just not just 1 month, but it can go on for like 365 days,
Right. I mean, people can celebrate Pride year-round if they want. Historically, Pride, I think people always point out, I've been seeing a lot of posts going out now about, the Stonewall riots, is where people traditionally sort of, their minds go to. But, historically, I think Pride has been celebrations not just about, sexual expression, but also, advocating for rights. Because, while we currently, well, there's a couple of different things happening currently, but while we currently live in a fairly liberal, LGBTQ plus friendly society, it hasn't always been like that. So it's important to remember the roots that Pride was not just a celebration, but it was also protest to advocate for rights, and there are still rights that need to be advocated for today. But it can be many things. It could be advocating for rights. It could be just celebration of love. Representation, I think it's good and important as representation, not just for people who are able to celebrate, but also for people who are still internally questioning and wondering about themselves, being able to see representation in the community. It's a cultural event. Pride is a lot of things, and hopefully this year it's just going to be a lot of fun and a good time coming out of COVID for the community to get together.
Yeah, and I think this year is more important because of the whole COVID thing too, as we got to see a lot of stuff on the internet and just bringing it to life, which I'm so excited about because it just involved with so much fun things and serious things to get this to happen. But for a lot of the community to experience a lot of things that they weren't able to experience because there was Boston Pride. I mean, if you weren't old enough to get to the Boston Pride, obviously you couldn't do it. But now that you're either 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, it doesn't matter what age, your mothers could bring you to the Salem Pride, or now they have the opportunity to come to the Lynn Pride, which is a big thing. So I think this opportunity is wonderful, you know, just to get everybody together.
Yeah, for Lynn Pride specifically, I would just completely concur with what you're saying, because I think my experience growing up in the city is that, like, you know, the LGBTQ plus community has always kind of been split between the greater Boston and then Salem, they think, is the next, like, you know, large LGBTQ plus
Right.
touchstone. So it's good for the community here in Lynn, I think, to have more things to look to and to come and hopefully, like, you know, have a good time.
Right.
So, as we were saying, like, this is a time for celebration, visibility, advocacy, and you guys have a lot of that sort of stuff happening in Lynn during the week of June 20th. So, would you guys be able to kind of say, like, if I remember right, there's at least one event every day that week?
Yes, I mean, probably the best thing I would do is probably give out the website.
Right.
And go on that, because, yeah, we are really booked and busy. I mean, this went on for a whole year of planning. Our staff is huge this year.
Right,
Yeah,
there are a lot of people involved.
Yeah, so
Definitely the first touchstone, you know, if you want all the accurate and up-to-date information, you know, if anything comes upcoming to those weeks, definitely go to the website, United Lynn Pride, and I know there will be a graphic that'll go across with that info as well. You could also turn to the Queer Lynn Scene Facebook page. But just to speak very briefly, there are going to be events all during that week, during the weekday. So starting Monday the 20th, the first event we're going to have is an LGBTQ plus Pride panel and a gallery reception at the Lynn Museum. That'll be Monday the 20th, 6:30 to 7:30. Like I said, check the website for all the accurate information.
Right.
But off the top of my head. Then Tuesday, we have a lot of different events happening. There will be the flag raising at City Hall.
Right.
And then after that, St. Stephen's in the city has also been, like, you know, historically a great supporter of the LGBTQ plus community.
If I remember right, they've had for years now, too, a little festival out front for LGBTQ
Yes, they
as well.
did.
They've had a youth group there, and they've been doing youth prides outside in the front lawn. So great supporters of the community. And at the Pride panel, we'll actually have the current Reverend be speaking there. But in between the flag raising on the Tuesday the 21st, there will be, after that flag raising, they're doing a food event, sort of a luncheon afterwards. I believe it's food.
a little bit of worship.
Yeah. Well, there'll be a worship service later during the week, but there'll be a food event right after the flag raising that you can walk down to St. Stephen's, and they'll be distributing some lunches. And it's only a 5-minute walk from City Hall, so I'm hoping everybody, I'm going to remind people too, after the flag raising too, like, walk down to St. Stephen's and go get yourself a sandwich, get some good food to eat. There'll be a free bean chili, I hear, that I'm excited about.
Yes.
And on that same day, after the flag raising, after the lunch, there will be the bridge lighting downtown Central Square, and that's being facilitated by Beyond Walls, and there should also be a few speakers there and performers, and that is the Tuesday events. Wednesday, there's going to be an LGBTQ plus paint night at Gala, where I believe that will be a ticketed event, so do check the website for the information and secure a spot. But there'll be painting, it'll be LGBTQ plus themed, and that'll be facilitated by Sunil over at Gala for people that are familiar, and that'll be another good fun event. The Thursday, there will be a Zumba-thon. So basically just a Zumba class, but LGBTQ plus Pride themed, over at the Damascus YMCA. I believe Nagley will also have a presence there because they now have a remote office at the YMCA. So I think they'll have a table there with some information. Then the Friday, there's going to be part of the Lynn Museum's Final Friday events. There's going to be a youth pride at the new Frederick Douglass Memorial Park, also downtown Central Square. Where it's an opportunity for any LGBTQ plus and allies. I also want to mention allies to please turn out, because we need the support of our allies to, you know, come out, celebrate as young people. I'm still a young person, and have a good time. And then that Saturday will be North Shore Pride in Salem.
Yes.
And I believe that's everything for our United Lynn Pride series of events, officially what's on the calendar on the website. But also that following Sunday, Tia touched upon it earlier, there will be a service at St. Stephen's, a worship event, specifically geared towards the LGBTQ plus community to come out and, you know, just enjoy St. Stephen's. Like I mentioned earlier, they're a huge LGBTQ plus supporter. So I think it's good for anybody who wants to go and explore that space to just see what they're all about, speak with the new Reverend there, Gregory Perez, and learn more about it because they are really a great organization.
They are, and he's very, very warm and welcoming too. In his space, he's just willing to give out this great space and share it with the community. So if anybody has any great ideas, he's really open to a lot of great things for the city. So that's something we can put out there. Yeah.
And that's everything for United Lynn Pride, but there are other things happening in the city that people can explore about. There's a lot of Pride things that are going to be going on.
Yeah. So just make sure you save the date, June 21st, flag raising. Come on out. That's one of the starts of the start, and just get us all out there and show us what we want to be and who we want to be, right? Because listen, we got to be heard, and that's the whole idea of us standing out there.
Oh yeah, show out, turn out, set out that whole week. Come to all of them if you can.
That's right.
June 20th through the 24th.
That's
check the
right.
website, check the Facebook,
right.
check everything, and please come out. I would love to see the community. I would love to connect. If you see me, you know, holla, say hello.
That's
we can
right.
exchange information
That's
and
right.
become friends. All that good stuff.
Yeah.
So we got about a minute left because
Okay.
this flies by. So is there anything that you guys want to leave people with before we head out?
I do also, just very briefly, check our website for the information, but it'll also be on a graphic, I believe, going by. Give a shout out to our sponsors because, you know, as much as like, you know, all the planning and work needed to go in mentally to organizing this event,
Right.
we also needed the finances, the dollars to support it. So I do
Absolutely.
want to shout out, you know, Eastern Bank had donated to us, Mass Family Credit Union, Rockland Trust, the EDIC, a lot of like, you know, individuals supported us. So, you know, I really want to give them a shout out and, you know, acknowledge them. A lot of them are local financial institutions. So I do want to leave that with people. But also just, yeah, I really want to bring the community together because, you know, I don't think that it's recognized enough in the city, the LGBTQ plus community, because it's not something that's a visible demographic, really. So it's good for us to have events like this and spaces like this to come together.
Yes, and also it's very important that this is all volunteer work, and we do enjoy what we do, but we still don't mind taking in a little bit of donation, so don't hit up that Lynn United Pride.
Yeah, United Lynn Pride,
United
the
Lynn
Facebook
Pride,
page,
yes,
the
hit it
website.
up. Yes, and we're still taking great donations because, you know, this can't happen just by looks. It always happens by good favors. So that's one we could also leave. All right.
Awesome. So thank you guys again for joining us.
Thank you so much.
So again, this is United Lynn Pride. They're going to be doing a series of events in Lynn starting on June 20th, and you can check out United Lynn Pride to find out more information about all the events that we mentioned, plus a couple more that we may have missed, because there's a lot.
Right.
There's a lot.
I mean, that's officially what's happening for us, but I mean, we talked about the Gay Men's Chorus at the Lynn Auditorium.
Yeah.
And keep an eye out. There's a bunch of stuff that's happening,
Right.
not directly LGBT related, but Shaka Khan will also be here during the month of June. Yeah, so keep an eye out.
All right. So that wraps it up for this episode of the Lynn Lowdown. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.